Thank you. My name is David Leonard, and I could not be more thrilled to be up here introducing you to Crimson Scientific. When I first started working with them, I told them, I've sat in your shoes before. I've been in these chairs as an entrepreneur, working in incubators like this, building medical diagnostics companies from scratch. I know how hard it is. I know how the effort that's required to bring these companies to life. And what thrilled me the most as I started to work with the Crimson Scientific team was just seeing the level of expertise across all the critical components that are necessary to succeed at a company of this stage and build it into a transformative medical diagnostics company. Michael has the clinical expertise. He's set in the field. He is an emergency medicine physician. He knows what this solution will bring. My wife is actually an emergency medicine physician. When I told her about what Crimson Scientific was doing, she could not stop talking to me about how impactful it would be on her job and the patients she cares for. Besides that, the technical team is tremendous. We've got technology coming out of MIT. They know how to build products like this. And then I think most importantly, they know what it takes to build a business. These are experienced entrepreneurs that have built companies from scratch and generated multi-million-dollar exits in their past. They're set up for success, and I can't say how thrilled I am to see what happens to them in the future and to applaud them and cheer them on with what they're going to produce. Thank you.
Thanks. Very good. Several years ago, one of my closest friends died of a heart attack. He was 42, he had 4 young kids, and like me, he was an emergency medicine physician. He had seen his doctor that week for an annual physical and had an ECG done, an electrocardiogram. The doctor knew something wasn't quite right and referred him to a cardiologist. However, the appointment came too late. Ty went for a bike ride that Saturday and never came home. That day opened my eyes to the shortcomings of electrocardiography. I started seeing it every day in my practice as an ER doc. My name's Mike Chetta. I'm the co-founder and CEO of Crimson Scientific. I left clinical medicine last year to start Crimson Scientific to solve this problem. We want to revolutionize cardiac diagnostics. We want to make it fast, accurate, and simple. Let me give you a little context. Heart disease is the leading cause of death worldwide. In any given year, over 700,000 Americans will die of cardiac disease. And the electrocardiogram is the gold standard test that we use to evaluate it. We use it over 1 million times every day to diagnose heart attacks, arrhythmias, other life-threatening conditions. It's imperative that electrocardiograms are done fast. This study illustrates it best. Of patients arriving at an ER, having a heart attack, their mortality is cut in half if they get an ECG done within 10 minutes of arrival. I can also tell you firsthand it's imperative they're done accurately. Another study shows that roughly 1/3 of ECGs have an error associated with them because of misplaced electrodes or misconnected wires, leading to misdiagnoses and dispositions. Now, if you don't know what an ECG is, let me share this to give you a little context. This is what I've been living for 25 years. We have to feel the ribs to identify where these electrodes ought to go. Sometimes we have to remove the hair and apply glue. Then we take the stack of stickers, put them on the patient, hope we get it right, untangle these wires, and attach them to each one of those leads. We don't get it right all the time. This is state-of-the-art technology in 2025. This is as good as it gets, and we want to solve this. This process is slow, riddled with errors, and complicated. Our solution is simple. We're building a single-piece, conformable, and reusable pad that sits on a patient's chest regardless of gender or physique. It's embedded with 32 reusable electrodes that eliminate the need for manual lead placement or skin preparation. We have a signal processing algorithm that downsamples those 32 electrodes to generate a faster, more accurate 12-lead ECG that all clinicians are comfortable reading. And finally, our device integrates with all existing ECG machines, regardless of vendor, making adoption very simple. Our business model I'm sorry. Our device is fast, accurate, and simple. Our business model is broken into two phases. First phase is our clinical integration. We're going to transform the acute care setting by delivering a simple plug-and-play ECG pad. We're going to price this at a price comparable to what hospitals currently spend on disposable elements like the electrodes and the wires. We validated this business model with several of the largest health systems in the country. We're also excited about piloting our device when the time's right. In phase two, we're leveraging the higher fidelity view of the heart to pave the way for AI ML integration, capable of detecting a vast array of health conditions well beyond just cardiac disease. These two phases illustrate our comprehensive strategy. Let's start by making ECG capture fast, accurate, and data-rich, and then develop deep clinical insights that will transform patient care. The market is vast. ECGs are used throughout the clinical arena, from ambulatory care, EMS, hospitals, and beyond. We're going to start our beachhead market in the acute care setting. The opportunity is vast with an enormous TAM, but phase two is where it gets very interesting. We become a data science company, leveraging the AI opportunity. It's hard to quantify what that opportunity looks like, but we know it's massive. Our milestones here in the last 6 months at mHUB have been exceptional. We kicked off a pre-seed raise in the middle of January. By the end of February, in just 6 months, we had secured over $1 million. And in the last few weeks, there's been an additional trickle down. We're over $1.6 million of raise in that pre-seed round. And a final thank you. We've advanced our technology, making progress on our mechanical device, our electrode design, and if you'd like to know more about our signal processing algorithm, come by our booth outside. My engineers are here with us, my co-founders, my friends are here with us and explain all the details about it. We're going to be kicking off a seed raise in the next 2 months, and we're looking for investors to help participate in that. My favorite slide is this slide. It's our team. This is where I get my energy. You know, I left clinical medicine. I left the business of medicine to start a company on my own. I led a group in Maryland. I led the group's participation in a private equity roll-up to form U.S. Acute Care Solutions. I did that for 10 years as an executive in a private equity-backed company. And then I left that last year to start this company with some great co-founders. And it's been absolutely the thrill of my life to do this. Mark and Kevin, so they completed their graduate work at MIT. Mark did work at Boston Scientific before MIT and is now completing his MBA, his electrical engineering and computer science master's degree. Kevin did his PhD at MIT in bioengineering, focusing on brain-computer interface. He's just simply relaying those skills to cardiac computer interface. I just came up with that. Our most recent team member is James, the guy on the far left there. He's also here. You met him 5 minutes ago. James is the son of my friend Ty. He's here in the yellow shirt. He joined our team for obvious reasons. He's emotionally driven. So we're Crimson Scientific. We're looking to transform cardiac diagnostics. We're looking for people to help us along the way. Thank you.